from the Speaker on the floor of Parliament.
Which is
so what Speaker said, exactly, and that's what they ran away from.
Okay.
So until that takes place, the existing declaration stands. And Atufosin said, we are aware of the existing declaration. Speaker has not yet communicated any new declaration to us. So let's abide by the existing declaration. If we go and Speaker bring a new declaration, then we see the way forward. Then they said, no. We should change position for Speaker to bring the new declaration that he's yet to speak to us, which you and I don't know. So clearly, Atufosin behaved very maturely. The Speaker is also a statesman. He said he foresaw what was happening. You see, why are we at where we are? Maybe we in Parliament must also blame ourselves. Bejra contested with somebody in Ho West, he lost. The person went to contest, he lost. Then Anadu brought in to Parliament that this man, parliamentary candidate who has lost election, passing to be Supreme Court, then you pass in. He has not even gone to the appeal court. Today, 5 o'clock, you come and give a ruling in Parliament. From 5 o'clock, the NPP leadership said they work overnight. They didn't sleep. They work overnight with who? Then 10 o'clock, less than 24 hours of the ruling, they are able to empanel Supreme Court judges, empanel NPP leadership to go and overturn it. How can that be? And when you are doing justice, you are doing it, you must foresee it not just to be done. It must seem to be done. That's why even the uninitiated are all raising eyebrows about the Abba. Didn't the Supreme Court foresee
okay.
this?
So to
and
be
that's
sure,
why the Speaker, as a statement, he's saying that no, I foresaw what is happening. And I knew that this was the confusion that was going to be generated. So to solve this, let's bring the leadership of the country inside so that we'll solve it. Even if you who claim to be the leader of Parliament, together with your colleague leadership, you can't agree here, how much more the MP?
So when you say bring in the leadership of the country, does that mean that this matter?
The Speaker was categorical. I heard him mention the National House of Chiefs. He mentioned the Council of Elders.
Council of State.
He mentioned civil society organizations. Our democracy didn't just become what it has become overnight. We were drifting gradually. And clearly, you and I, you will testify to me that where we are, this is not how Ghana was. And it is for this good reason that the Constitution says before you contest as member of Parliament, you cannot be a member of the judiciary and contest. In the same way, we must also not allow politicians, parliamentary candidates to also go and become Supreme Court judges. This is what we have done to ourselves. Okay. So we have shot ourselves underfoot and we are at where we are.
Yes, leader, but from this
when
meeting
you pack
again,
the Supreme Court with politicians, they will give you political decisions.
Leader, please
and
indulge
political
me.
decisions will be perceived with
Please
political
indulge
eyes.
me.
That's where
so
we
from
are.
this
Don't
engagement,
let me indulge you. Accept that one before we proceed. So we must take it as a country that we will not pack the Supreme Court with politicians. A politician, why is it that pastors or chiefs should not engage in active politics? So that they will be rated with a certain degree of respect. Is that not the case? And why should we not accord that?
But these nominees, leader, they came before the House for vetting. They came through the Parliament for vetting, and they went through due process to get that nomination. So is it fair? Is it fair to remove Parliament from that equation? Could Parliament not have disqualified them based on that if you thought that it was not right?
Themselves should have foreseen what has happened. You're taking a decision, if you're a lawyer, before you take a decision to go to the bar, to go to the bench, it's a serious decision you have to take. Because you cannot be a judge and a lawyer at the same time. So, before you decide as a lawyer that you contest as a parliamentary candidate for the New Patriotic Party, you must know that you can't be there and go and be a judge at the same time. Because, so now, this case, Honorable Bejra and Honorable Podo, who contested with Honorable Gao, are still in Parliament. They took a side. Gao's party has brought it before Gao. They nominated Gao to be Supreme Court. They have brought the case to him. How will he rule? The hands are tight. My party, where I contested, which I believe in, is in this side. So what do I do?
Okay.
And I'm not surprised. So that's why I'm saying that going forward, we in Parliament must be sure that we must not pack the Supreme Court with politicians. Okay,
that point is well made. And also going forward, is there an indication from the meeting that you had whether the Speaker is going to respect the decision out of the Supreme Court and restore to the status quo ante, or the Speaker is going to stick with his own...
The Speaker has not defied the decision of the Supreme Court.
No, I get that. I'm just asking.
So, take that one from me.
No, I get you.
The Speaker said, I've received a decision of a Supreme Court. Before I communicate it to you, look at the confusion. Therefore, let's engage as leadership. Then the leadership came. He said, go and let me communicate it to you. But he didn't tell us the content of the decision.
But he's made a decision.
He didn't tell us the content.
Yes.
We are leaders.
Yes.
The Speaker said he received a communication. So we must come and organize the House for him to communicate it to all of us. Then they said, until the Speaker order the NDC to go and sit on the left-hand side of the Speaker, they will not sit on the floor to listen to the communication of the Speaker. And the NDC leadership also said, we are not privy to what Speaker is here to communicate. So how can you start implementation of something you are not privy to? And they said, okay, based on that, the NPP said then they are going to listen to the Speaker communication in their offices. And I think they are joking with the mandate Ghanaians have given them. We have less than 50 days to election. We have a national budget to vote for. And the Supreme Court itself gave a ruling injuncting the assigned of people of a representation that gave favor to the NPP to pass e-levy and VAT. Today, the same Supreme Court is giving another declaration saying that they cannot deprive the 4 constituencies of representation. But what did you do to assigned of? You see, as a country, we are pushing the Supreme Court into a certain place that they rule today A, today they will come and say the thing is B, tomorrow they come and say it's A. And it is difficult for us as a case law. So I think we need to reorganize our Supreme Court. We cannot disrespect them the way it is, but we need to position the Supreme Court in the just how we position our chiefs. If you want to be a politician, be a politician. If you want to go to the bar, to go to the bench, to go to the Supreme Court, take that. But when lawyers are undecided, they will come and do politics, defending political parties, doing this. Then you want to enjoy the privileges and courtesies of those who have preserved themselves for a certain position. It will bring us to where we are. And I'm not surprised. So going forward, if you are a lawyer and you want to go to the Supreme Court, don't go and join a political party. Don't go and pick a form to be a parliamentary candidate. If you are a lawyer, you want to be a judge, do judge. If you want to be a politician, be a politician. And I've seen reasonable politicians like that. They've called them to the bar, they said, no, me, I want to be a politician to be able to do this. So why do you put the country against your personal interests?
Thank you, leader.
Thank you.